am I at?
You're only at 0.36 miles.
Kidding me.
Hey, don't worry. I'll take it from here. Education Today starts now.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Tyler Chrisman of Katanning High School in the Armstrong School District. Today we have a truly outstanding show for you. Many of you are aware of the benefits of the AHS-TV Foundation, and over the years we've had trustees from that foundation in our studio to tell us about the many things that they work on so hard to try and accomplish for our schools. They also make a point to mention the various donors who support the foundation's cause, and thus the school district and its students. Tonight we are fortunate enough to have one of those donors here with us. However, this is not just a regular donor. His way of raising awareness and money for the foundation is truly unique. Let's just say he is racing against the odds to help the AHS-TV Foundation and its initiatives. We now welcome into our studio Mr. Aaron Stanley. Welcome to Education Today.
Thanks, Tyler. Good to be here.
I understand you have various connections with the school district. Would you please introduce yourself and tell us about some of those connections?
Sure. Again, my name is Aaron Stanley. I'm a 2000 graduate of Katanning High School. Go Wildcats. My business career is I'm a financial advisor. I work with a lot of the teachers and the employees throughout the school district, helping with retirement planning, with investment planning, etc. And I'm also a big supporter of the AHS-TV Foundation and the many causes that they help to benefit the kids with.
That's great. What were some of your experiences like while you were a student in the school district?
What were some of my experiences like? Excellent question. I like the camaraderie that we have throughout the district. Multiple different schools. However, I had friends at Shannock Valley at the time, which is now West Shamokin. I had friends at Ford City. I had friends at Elderton as well. I was a hockey player whenever I was in high school, and my class was a big class in trying to bring the golf program to Katanning High School, which finally came to Katanning High School just as I was graduating, and now my father, Bud Stanley, is actually the coach of the Katanning golf team.
That's great. Now, it's my understanding that you have helped raise money for awareness for groups in the past. Could you tell us about some of those?
Yeah, so usually I try to pick one cause every year to try to raise money for. I'm a very, very avid runner, and I think that a neat way to bring awareness to the various causes that I've tried to support in the past has been by trying to run a race to raise money for different causes. So, for example, in 2010, I ran the Pittsburgh Marathon to benefit the Katanning Elks Home Service Program. In 2011, last year, I raised money for the Grove City Area United Way, their Imagination Library program that goes to benefit some of the younger kids in the Grove City area. And then this year, I chose the AHS-TV Foundation. I'm going to run in a race here very shortly to benefit the AHS-TV Foundation and all the kids and all the causes that goes to benefit.
That's great. There have been several charities that you've helped. How do you go about deciding on what charity you help?
Well, I usually try to think of where I have the most ties and what has influenced me throughout my life, whether it be through my youth, through my early adulthood, through my business career. And so a few years ago, as an example, with the Katanning Elks program, again, I have a connection with Katanning. I grew up here, I went to high school here, and so I chose Katanning Elks to help raise money for their home service program to benefit some of the older people in the community that aren't quite as fortunate as some of the others have been. The Grove City Area United Way. My office is currently located in Grove City, and so I have ties to that community as well. That's why I chose in Grove City. And most importantly, with the AHS-TV Foundation, the foundation and the district has been so helpful to me throughout the years, with not only with school, with my business career, with connections and friends and family I have in the area. I think that the foundation does a great job, and I wanted to raise awareness for all the causes that they do, and so that's why I chose the foundation for my 2012 2012 campaign.
That's great. Generally speaking, what has been the response from the communities and organizations that you've helped to this point?
The response has been overwhelmingly positive, as you could probably imagine. Now, whenever they find out that someone that's centered in that community wants to do something essentially selflessly to help the community, whether it's the kids, whether it's the senior citizens, they're usually very, very positive for doing something like that. So whenever I approached Mr. Garitano, Mr. Lorigan, Ms. Lambert, et cetera, at the ASD Foundation about doing something like this, they were very, very happy about being able to receive funds to disperse amongst many of the different programs that they go to benefit throughout the school district with the kids. So.
Let's take a step backward for a minute. Why did you start to decide to do all this work for these foundations?
Well, there's many in the various communities that I've tried to raise money for that are a lot less fortunate than I have been in the past, than friends or family of mine have been, and by doing something like this, I think what it's starting to do is help to raise awareness for people that haven't been as fortunate, to help to give them a better chance. With respect to the ASD Foundation and all the kids, I love my time at Katanning. I love my time at the Armstrong School District. I love the faculty, the staff, and all of my friends that I'm still friends with to this day. The least I could do was, again, try to raise money for the kids that are coming through nowadays, and hopefully they can have the same opportunity that I had back whenever I was in high school.
That's great. Another question. Do you take suggestions from people about different organizations that you may look to raise awareness or money for?
I'm always open to suggestions, undoubtedly. If someone says we should raise it for a specific program, I would undoubtedly take a look at it. For example, last year with the Grove City United Way, I approached the United Way through the Chamber of Commerce in Grove City, and I said to them, I'd like to raise money through the Chamber to the United Way. What would be the best program to raise it for? And they had suggested to me that the Dolly Parton Imagination Library was one of their programs that was a lot less funded than some of their other programs. And so we decided to have all of the funds that were raised to go towards the Imagination Library.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and then come right back to discuss more about Aaron Stanley's tremendous contributions both to our district and surrounding communities. Stay tuned.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name is Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Tonight we are talking to Aaron Stanley about his contributions and giving back to the communities. Okay, well, the main reason we've brought you in today is to speak about your most recent venture. Why the ASD Foundation?
Again, the ASD Foundation has been, the Armstrong School District in general has contributed quite a bit to my life with respect to my education, with respect to my business career. It's been very helpful to me, and the least I can do is give back by benefiting some of the kids in the ASD Foundation benefits. And so I chose the foundation because of the chances that I had in high school and throughout my youth, and I want to give the kids going forward the same opportunities that I had.
Okay, now what exactly have you done to raise money for the ASD Foundation?
Well, November 17th, I ran in a 50-mile ultramarathon that took place in Hagerstown, Maryland. It was called the JFK 50 Miler, and it's a 50-mile foot race that starts in Boonesboro, Maryland, and finishes in Williamsport, Maryland.
That sounds like a long way. Have you done anything like this before this?
Yes, I have. I've been an avid runner since 2009. I'll usually try to complete anywhere from 3 to 6 marathons or ultramarathons per year, just based on the health of my body and other time other scheduling conflicts that I might have. I think to date I've done at least 14 races that have been of marathon distance or longer.
Wow. Now, what is the ultimate goal in your eyes for this particular case?
Well, my ultimate goal in any distance race, especially if it's a 50-kilometer race, 31 miles, all the way up to a 50-miler and beyond, my number one goal is to finish. I've never been a fast runner. I'll never have a chance to ever win a race like this. I like to think if I'm able to run for 6 straight hours, 8 straight hours, 12 straight hours, depending on the distance, that's good enough for me to cross the finish line with a smile on my face, knowing that I'm healthy, and my wife's there to greet me whenever I'm done. I'm a pretty fortunate person. So my goal is just to finish with a smile on my face and to know that I can do it again in 2 or 3 weeks and be injury free.
Now, how long have you been promoting this, and how much money have you raised?
Well, I've been promoting this. I approached Kirk Lorgan, one of the ASD Foundation board members. I approached him back in July about raising money for the foundation by doing this run, and he had me in at one of the local foundation meetings, and the real fundraising campaign really started to take place probably towards the beginning or middle of August. And
Okay.
to date, I believe we've raised somewhere between $2,000 and $500.
Wow, that's a lot.
$2,000 and $2,500.
That's a lot of money that came in. How did you go about raising that much money?
Well, a few ways. One, there were flyers that were sent out to past donors to the ASD Foundation. There's a sign that's up actually in front of the Armstrong School District Administration Building. I've sent out personal emails to friends, family, co-workers of mine, and I spoke at an ASD board meeting that was televised as well. And there was also a very nice article written in the paper in the local Leader Times that came out, I believe, sometime towards the beginning of October.
And the only beneficiary of this is the ASD Foundation?
Yes. Based on all the funds that are able to be brought into the ASD Foundation by doing this, they're able to disperse it wherever they would like. So the 100% of the funds go directly to the ASD Foundation. Where they go to disperse it, I've left it up to them to decide.
If people want to contact you about future donations or organizations, how should they get in touch with you?
Well, that goes to a question earlier where you had mentioned, am I open to suggestions? And I undoubtedly am. I usually try to do 1 a year. The most I could ever do is 2, just because I don't want to solicit too many times for different donations for different causes. But the way that they can contact me is through my business line at my office, which is 724-458-5090, and they can also email me as well. My personal email address is aaronhstanley@gmail.com. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always open to comments about what we've done for the foundation, as well as anything else going forward.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the benefit of our viewers?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for having me in, for all the donations that have taken place up to this point. People can obviously still donate to the ASD Foundation. If they want to on a check, they can write in the memo line, Aaron Stanley Run. Regardless, any money that comes into the foundation, whether it's because of what I'm doing or whether it's because of standard donations that are made to that foundation, we think every dollar that comes in goes back to directly benefit all the kids in the community. We'd like to think it's a really great cause, and so I at least wanted to add that thanks to everyone for helping out that has helped out so far, and anyone that does contribute to the ASD or does donate to the ASD Foundation in the future, thank you in advance for doing that.
Okay. Well, that's our show for today. Our thanks goes out to Mr. Aaron Stanley for being here tonight. He's a real inspiration to all of us for doing what he does. I'd also like to thank the TV production students of Katanning High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Josh Mikolas. They were our film crew today. As always, DVD copies of this and all Education Today programming will be requested by contact Mr. Chris Garatano, ASD's multimedia technician. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district, and have a great week.
and Maryland, I think. 2 minutes till the start line, so 5 a.m. start. Wish all us luck. Hugs and kisses around. It's going to be a long, long day. Looking forward to it. Okay, I'm trying to record while I'm running. I got my new buddy Patrick in front of me. He's also Team Red, White, and Blue. This is his first 50 miler, his first JFK, and we're about 12 miles into the race, 3 hours and 17 minutes. So as you can see here, rocks all over the place. I'm tripping all over the place. But once we get off this, we're on the towpath for about 6 hours, which reminds me how much I like trail running, because the towpath is extremely boring. So anyways, I'll check in with everybody later. Alright, well, I'm 16.07 miles in according to my GPS watch, and I'm entering onto the C&O Canal towpath. This towpath lasts for 26.5 miles. It is completely flat. The only thing more boring than this is a treadmill run. You can see here the Potomac River is on my left, and I'll be running on this towpath for the next probably 5.5 to 6.5 hours. So wish me luck. Okay, I'm currently at mile 34.5, I think, something like that. My watch says a little bit over 35, but I'm currently, according to the race, they say I'm a little bit over 34 miles in, so I can pretty much walk this in the rest of the way. I got plenty of time. So this is what the towpath looks like. It is stagnant, boring, and extremely, I can't think of another word besides boring, but very monotonous. And it's this way basically for about 6 straight hours I run on this towpath. So I'm just starting to pick it up now. So I should be at the next aid station, mile 38. I think my beautiful wife's going to be there. I should be there in about an hour. All right, well, I'm at mile 41 right now, which by race standards is probably mile 40, give or take. But my watch says 41. I'm not sure if you can see with the reflection, but 41 miles. My battery's low. My dude I started talking to on the left up there, his name's Coleman. But I get off this towpath in less than 1.5 miles, which is fantastic. I've been running on this towpath now for almost exactly 6 hours. So to say the least, it is extremely boring, extremely monotonous. The scenery has not changed. The Potomac has been on my left for the past 6 hours, and I've had this towpath in front of me, which in all actuality is relatively quick versus the Appalachian Trail portion, which is a lot slower because you're tiptoeing around rocks for 15 miles. But anyways, getting close to being off of this. I got 3 hours and 45 minutes to finish it, which is absurd because I got less than 10 miles left. So gonna finish it, assuming I don't get tackled by one of the Ford City linebackers. So check back in with you later. All right, so we got about 7.5 miles left. As you can see, we're on the road. I'm currently walking with a new friend of mine. His name is Matt. Nice to meet you. Matt, I'm Aaron. We're currently walking. We got someone running past us. I'll be running here in a second whenever I turn this off, but 7.5 miles left. We're finally on the road. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. Nice to know we can finish in the next 3 hours and 8 minutes. And so we can walk blindfolded backwards and still finish in time, which is pretty awesome. So anyways, enough for now.
Say something funny. How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. I only have 4 miles left, and I have 2 hours and 16 minutes to finish it. So child's play.
Child's
Fun.
play.
ASD Foundation, this is for you. I appreciate everything you do for all the kids. Thank you.
an hour and 10 minutes and some change to finish those 3.